Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Mischief. Richie here, where I talk about my favorite thing in the entire world, goddamn cryptocurrency. That's right. Today I'm going to be highlighting a project on Sui, which I've had my eye on for a while. I'm a bag holder. It's been doing really well. And some people have been saying that this is the fart coin of the Sui meme ecosystem, right? If you've not seen my channel for a while, won't know that I've been covering a lot of Sui projects, from the blue chips like Deep and Walrus and SuiCoin and Cetus to more of the altcoins and meme coins. And definitely when I decided this today, actually, I'm going to take some time to highlight different projects in the Sui ecosystem one by one. I thought probably Toilet Dust is the best one to start with. Toilet Dust. That's right. That's the name of this coin. And we're going to deep dive into it and find out all about it so that you can also learn a little bit about what's going on in Sui, because I am confident that a lot of these coins are going to do multiple X's beyond the multiple X's that they have already done. What am I talking about? Well, here we have the Toilet Dust chart, and you can see from the 18th of April, which is not even a month ago, this has already done a 13X. That's right. It absolutely took off. Sitting at $3.5 million market cap, it has rallied twice since then and is now in a little bit of a dip, which I think might be coming into a really nice buy zone, especially with the momentum that's coming into Sui. We're seeing Sui hitting about $4. And yeah, if we come to bubble, you're going to just see absolute mayhem in the charts. Like, things are just popping off. Today, there's always one that's up 600%. I generally ignore that because I've missed it, right? But, just coming and checking, Sui is now up to $3.97. It is up 2x on the month already. It's already 3x on the year, doing very well there. Toilet today, though, is down 13%, right? Which is very fascinating for me, to be honest, because I like to buy and talk about coins when they're a good opportunity, not when they've already pumped 17x, if you know what I'm saying, right? Before we deep dive into Toilet Dust, I want to just let you know that if you're watching this channel, if you're a fan of Sui or you're a fan of finding new projects before they pump massive, then you should be subscribed to this channel. Get in the comments, let me know about it. And I do have a little announcement to make before we get going. That is this, right? So as you know, I am the developer of Sui Trump Coin. We launched it back in October 2024. And since about December or January, I've been talking about a yield farm, which I want to make for Sui Trump. Well, I'm very happy to announce that this yield farm is now in the stages of rolling out the website, the full white paper, the socials, and a date for the private raise for the launch of SuiDex. So I will be going live tomorrow at 11 a.m. EST, which for me is 11 p.m. in Australia, China time, right? You can find the link to the live spaces on X in the Sui Trump account, because I'll be doing the live spaces from there. I'll also be simulcasting on YouTube live so that I can take some time to go through the docs for SuiDex. I have a full white paper made up to explain these things, and we also have the unveiling of the website as well, so you can check that out. And we do have the date fixed for the private raise, a small private raise for the SuiDex platform, and I'll be explaining the offer that is available for that as well with the raise. I'm really, really excited to get down and dirty, that's right, with you guys to talk about the very unique mapping of emissions and rewards which I've created with the SuiDex and Sui Farm. And of course, as you know, SuiDex, the whole idea of the planning for this is to buy and burn Sui Trump coin, and that is 100% still happening. So I'll be breaking down how the emissions work, how I think it's a sustainable model, how it's going to burn Sui Trump, how you can get your hands on it early, and of course, why it's super bullish. So do not miss that space. I'll be live on X and on YouTube. So let's get going with Toilet Dust. Thanks for listening to my pitch for a little while. And of course, just before we head off there, Sui Trump is doing very well today, up 15%. We are almost back to the $400,000 market cap area. $5 million market cap has always been my aim with Sui Trump, and that would be a small 10x from where we are at the moment. We're going to get there for sure. I'm not going to stop until we do. And we're going to buy and burn the holy hell out of Sui Trump soon, which is going to help a lot with the uprising of the chart. And of course, SuiDex has a brand new coin, Victory, which you will be able to earn passively from yield farming. And you know we love yield farming on this channel. So Toilet Dust, what is it? So Toilet Dust is a meme coin, right? It launched back in, the chart's a bit funny here because it's got a big downward spike, which I'm not sure why, but basically it launched in the area around about 25th of March. So it's around about 2 months old. It had its first rally, you can see here. It then had a long period of about a month of just falling down. That was while the whole market was essentially going down with it. Bitcoin lost 100,000, went down to 75. Fear, we all thought the bull run was over. And then, oh, look, we're back. Okay. So over the last month, it did very well, up a 17x plus from the floor, and then fell and then rallied once again. So I think it's now going to come down about another 20 or 30%, I hope, so I can scoop up some more toilet before it goes on the next rally, okay? Now, who is behind this coin? What do they have to offer? So if we come to their website, it's a very basic website for the meme coin. Toilet, I've covered this a couple times on the channel before, right? So Toilet was born in the depths of Sui, here to make an impact where it matters. While we embrace the mess, our mission goes beyond the flush. We're committed to bringing more users into Sui ecosystem. A thriving network benefits everyone as we grow. So does the entire community. Welcome to the Bull movement. They have a very strong community. They are very open and alive on X, where you can join their spaces and get the Toilet intern, who is their intern account for Toilet, and also their creator as well, who we can find by going to their X channel. So if we come to the old X, let's find Toilet, right? So here you'll have Toilet Dust right here. So you can come and click on that, the verified account, and you'll see them here, right? So Toilet Dust is run by Albert Stein, MD, and Toilet Intern. These are the two people you want to follow, okay? So Albert Stein, MD, best-selling author. I didn't know that. Crypto investor. As you can see his face here, and he's been an X since 2010. That's a long time. Well, very long time, okay? He's from Long Island. He's known as Dr. Ari inside of the space, right? He is the man on a mission behind Toilet, very experienced inside of crypto and very experienced in bringing communities together. You can see here they're running a alpha pass giveaway. I believe they'll be launching an NFT collection quite soon to tie into their meme coin. The floor for this is 220 Sui, which is around about $700, $800 at the moment. They're giving them away so you can actually join these kind of things to get your hands on them. They run regular X spaces with these kind of giveaways, and you can see their socials here: 235 likes, 192 retweets, right? And this is across the board. It's continuously happening with their page, where they post from the Toilet Dust Sui account and get very, very strong engagement with 11.6 followers, right? Why is this important? Because memes are all about how people get them viral by sharing them, by getting more people interested. Which brings me to Juan Cena, right? Not John Cena, Juan Cena. So Juan Cena is a call who works inside of the Sui ecosystem recently, and he's had some very great calls recently, okay? One of them was Toilet. Everything I say is coming true. Kind of true, actually. He has some great calls, okay? Fartcoin and Toilet have the exact same charts. I told everyone to load up when it dipped to $3.5 million market cap. Now we're about to break $5 million market cap in a few hours. So that didn't happen from the time of this tweet yet, okay? 50 to 100 million market cap by the end of May, which is a 12 to 25x from here, is what he is predicting, like Nostradamus, right? He's saying that the chart for Toilet is very similar to the chart for Fartcoin. Fartcoin, of course, is a meme coin on Solana, which is one of the strongest performing meme coins of the last 6 months. And he says that Toilet has what it takes to be the Fartcoin of Sui network, which would mean kind of a ridiculous coin. That, I mean, a coin that's called Toilet Dust. I can't actually believe it's 2025. I am a grown man talking about Toilet Dust coin and why it might be a good investment and why I bought some, and I'm still holding a plan to buy more Toilet Dust. That's why I love crypto, right? So he's comparing here the two charts for Fartcoin and Toilet. He says, so here is the chart for Toilet, where you can see massive pump, and then a second retry to try get that pump again. And then we also have the chart for Fartcoin, which has done a massive pump, and the small kind of cup and handle sort of shape that's forming. I could argue against that and say that almost every coin in crypto has done that in the past. But if we do come and we check out what's going on then with Fartcoin, Yes, now we're going from toilets to farts. Okay, great. So Fartcoin up 19% today, $1.32. You can see here the chart went parabolic, it then dipped way down, and that was your buy entry, and now it is well up from there. Okay, so you've already hit yourself a massive like 5-6x if you did scoop the bottom on Fartcoin, which one of my community members and great friend Brett Mr. Brett Hartman did say buy Fartcoin around about here. He's got a good eye for these things. But if we do check out other projects, I am curious to see if we would actually find similar movements for almost all of these. Okay, so we're going to come and have a look, right? So for example, we have Andy on ETH. Now Andy did the exact same pattern, right? Around about this time is where we had that dip and then coming back up. Of course, it has not recovered anywhere close to where Fartcoin has recovered. Fartcoin is a newer coin, so we could also try that with Fart. What is it? Fart. There's another one. Fart Unicorn. Fart Dust. That's the one. Yeah, we're getting dirty, deep down and dirty in here. We see the max here, nowhere near how it's performed, but it is older coin, slightly older, still just from this year. So yeah, so Toilet looking pretty good, all things considered, because I don't mess around on Solana anymore. Since I've gotten involved with Sui and start doing these SuiDex spaces with the Sui Accelerator X channel, which I did another live one today, I'm more than convinced enough that Sui is the superior chain. Sui will dominate, and altcoins and meme coins and all these other projects which are joining Sui, there's more than enough space, will dominate the charts and the pumps coming up into this next cycle. But that's where we are with Toilet Dust, okay? Looking like it could dip a little bit down before it does go back to all-time highs. That's the project. Now, more on their NFT collection. I don't really know much about it. It's quite hush-hush. Essentially, they're going to be making an NFT collection. This NFT collection will enable their alpha community to get involved more with the project, I believe is what's happening. Now, why could NFTs on Sui be different to NFTs on any EVM chain like Ethereum or even on Solana, right? It's because of the object-based Sui model. The difference between a Sui NFT and NFTs on any other blockchain is that they are completely modifiable and morphable, meaning that the NFTs that you own can be added afterwards with extra attributes, more points, scores. They can be added into, of course, Sui Play, which is their upcoming console. There is a lot that can be done with NFTs on Sui. We're only just touching the surface of it. So that's why you can go to somewhere like Tradeport on Sui and really find a very active and vibrant NFT community, which is growing. So for a meme coin to move into NFTs, although I'm hesitant about it because I do have thousands of NFTs and wallets which are absolutely useless from the last cycle, they might be onto something here, especially if it does raise extra funds for the project, which can then be used for marketing and attracting more calls and, of course, rewarding the community further. So that's pretty good all around there with Toilet. Simple project, but with a very strong social presence is how I would basically break down Toilet there. Would I invest if I was you right now? I can't answer that question for you. You need to make up your own decision on what you want to do with your Sui token. In my opinion, you could just buy Sui, Wall, and Deep and make more than enough income in the next in this cycle from just the upward momentum of those three coins if you are risk averse. If you want to try and chase much higher gains, then projects like Toilet are right up your alley, right? Or your bathroom. Too many puns, too many puns. Okay, so that is Toilet in a nutshell. I think that if you are interested in this project, get into their socials, get to their website. I'll link in the description. Then you can check out what's going on with Toilet. And please don't forget to join me on either YouTube or on the old Twitter or X, where I'll be under the Sui Trump account to be talking about the launch of our website and our technical docs. I'll be going through everything to do with SuiDex and how it's all working so that people can get an idea of what I've created. You can see the vision and you can understand why it's incredibly bullish for Sui Trump that we're getting going with the launch process of this. So we will be live on X. Find the link right here, Sui Trump utility announcement, or you'll also see it as one of my upcoming lives on YouTube, which will be happening tomorrow. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video and catch up with Toilet. Are you in Toilet Dust? Did you make big gains on Toilet, or are you on the rim thinking about whether you should invest or not invest in Toilet Dust? Shout out to everyone who is a fan of these deep dives into different projects on Sui, and I will catch you in the next one. Don't get wrecked.